Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your online course in the African American experience. My name is Dr. Rounds, and I will be your professor this semester. The point of this video is very simple. I wanted, obviously, to introduce myself, but more so to introduce you to the course, explain how we will be conducting it, the kind of work that you will be expected to complete, and how to do a good job in this course, how to get a grade that you will be happy with at the end of the semester. Now, let me talk for just a minute about what this course is and what it is not. As I think it is safe to assume you are all knowledgeable of, this is a truly online and asynchronous course. That means that we will not be meeting in any kind of Zoom classrooms, nothing like that. You'll get this video and like maybe two other videos from me throughout the semester. You will not have any recorded lectures or anything like that to have to wade through. Now, the benefit of all of that is that while there are due dates and deadlines in this course, when during each week you review the material and when you complete the work, there's a little bit more freedom in that regard. It helps, of course, if you are somebody who is kind of on task and sticks to getting their work in on time. I wish that when I was a college student there were online courses, because I would have thrived in them. They're not for everybody, but I have found semester in, semester out, for whatever reason, students in my online course do better in terms of their grades or performance than students in my traditional courses. So hopefully we keep that going this semester. Now listen, this video is not going to be exciting. We're going to be going through the syllabi, so it's kind of like the usual first day of class stuff, but I'm going to try to keep it brief and get you in and out of here in no more than 20 minutes. So let's dive right in. Obviously, this being an online course, we are going to be conducting it pretty much entirely through Blackboard. And when you open up your course on Blackboard, this should be what you see. For the welcome page, if you will, I just have the syllabi. And again, I just want to hit the highlights here on the syllabi, because nothing in the world is more boring to a student than the syllabi, but there is a lot of important information here. All right, so here is my name and how to contact me. Email is the best. It's the best way to do it. Don't even listen, that phone number, unless I'm in my office, I'm not getting it. There's a voicemail, of course, but I don't even know how to operate it. I don't even think it works. So really, if you need to get in touch with me, email is the way to do it. Now, that said, if you have a personal matter, something that you need to speak with me, face to face, just let me know, and we'll set up a time in my office when we can do that. Now, if this was an actual course, well, a traditional course, sorry, if we were in the classroom right now, we would have a back and forth discussion about what this course is all about. But we really don't have that luxury. So let me tell you why I think this course is so important. Because this is one of the handful of courses that everybody at South Carolina State takes, regardless of what their major is. And so somebody must have decided that this is a really important course. And I believe it is. Right now, and there's no hyperbole to this statement, right now, this country is waging a war against African American history. There are several examples of this. For example, Florida, South Carolina, Arkansas, and several other states have passed laws where it is not allowed for the public schools in those states to offer the college level advanced placement course in African American studies, claiming that the course has no value, claiming that some of these politicians saying it's propaganda, that they're gonna present a one-sided view of American history that's gonna poison kids' mind and make them hate the country. And unfortunately, I'm sure you've heard this kind of talk. And so it's always been very important to teach African American history. And now I think it is as important as ever, especially in such a turbulent social atmosphere. Everything from, in 2016, the national anthem protest engendered by Colin Kaepernick, the debates and the activism over whether old Confederate memorials should be taken down or torn down. In fact, that is that will be the topic of something that I give you the option to write about later on. We'll get to that when we get to it. To the ongoing protests following the police killings of unarmed black men and women. We live in a very heated, turbulent time right now in regards to race and issues of race and social justice. And so a course like this, I think, can occasionally rise above just this thing that you have to take at school and can really have valuable contributions to make. There is no textbook for this course. Nothing you have to buy. Everything I provide for you free. And it's all online. It's all stuff that I have gathered for you. So no textbooks, no extra purchase, no nothing. Which I'm sure you are, just all torn up about, right? Now, I have on the syllabi here a course outline. Now, you don't have to take, note of all of this, because all of this stuff is going to be provided for you in material that you have for each week, which I'll show you in just a minute how to access it. But if you are someone like me who always wanted to know when things were due and what's coming up on the horizon, you can see here that I have put in capital letters, bold-faced, when all the assignments and the quizzes are due. Just for the record, you can see assignment number 1 is due submitted on September 1st. Usually we'll have something about each week. Not every week. Some weeks you have off. Not off. Some weeks there's nothing to turn in. But I try to keep everything kind of spaced out. Everything that is due, the due date is always a Sunday at midnight. And I'll get to the policies about late work and stuff in just a minute. But anyway, if you want to kind of understand what we'll be covering and when, it is there. This is how you will be evaluated. There are 4 quizzes. They are all open note quizzes. The quizzes are not posted yet because I changed them up a little bit from semester to semester. But the quizzes will always be posted at least 1 week before they are due. They only take like an hour to do. Maybe a little bit more than that if you're really making sure that you're doing a superb job. I encourage you to take longer than that, but those are all open note quizzes. Stuff that we have covered, stuff that we have kind of presented in the course. There are in those quizzes combined are 35% of the grade. There are 4 written assignments. Now, I'm going to send you a separate video about assignment number 1. But aside from that one, I think the assignments are self-explanatory. Written assignments number 1 and number 2 are posted. Number 3 and number 4, which are due much later in the semester, I might change up. But number 1 and number 2 are posted. And I mean, if you want to go ahead and look at them and get started, you can. Certainly, I'm not going to stop you from trying to get ahead of the curve. And lastly, there are 2 projects. Now, when you hear project, you might think that I'm asking you to do a poster board presentation or something crazy. The projects really are just assignments that are a little bit more in depth. And we'll talk about the projects as we get closer to the first one, which is due in October during midterm week. On the projects, I give you options. I give you 4 assignments and you choose one. And I try to make them a little bit more creative so that it's not just another assignment. But again, when we get closer to that, I can tell you more about it. It's not posted yet. Again, I might change it up a little bit, but I will have that up, like a month before it's due at the very latest. So there'll be no problem there. Excuse me. All right. I'm going to call your attention to what I have written here in red. Bold-faced, red, italic. So obviously this must be important, right? Well, it is to me, because this is like the bane of my existence with these courses. This is like the one thing where, I kind of, get frustrated with students. For full credit, all coursework, your quizzes, your written assignments, your projects must be submitted on time. Submitted to Blackboard by the due date. Now, late work that is submitted within a 24-hour period after the due date will be accepted for partial credit. No more than 75% credit. Now, I'm not talking about somebody who turned something in at 12:05 a.m. when the deadline was 12 a.m. I'm not crazy. But if something is turned in 20 hours late, points have to come off. After that 24-hour period, though, I got to move on. Things are due when they are due for a reason. It's the flow of the class. Now, what I am not talking about here is you have not done an assignment because, God forbid, somebody in your family is very seriously ill. Your loved ones are more important than this one course. Or maybe you yourself has a medical hardship. I had a student one time who broke his wrist and he couldn't type. So, we kind of had to wait and I had to give an extension until he could actually use a computer again. That was kind of odd, but that wasn't his fault. So I worked with him and made sure that, he could do his work and not get penalized for that. Issues of mental health are also valid. Okay. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this pretty much as long as you have been alive, believe it or not. And so I've had to, be confronted with pretty much everything that a person can go through in terms of students, experience hardship in life. And, certainly if you're going through something, just kind of let me know. And, we can work on an extension so that you can get your schoolwork done and that you are not damaging your mental health. I certainly don't want that to be your experience with this course. So yeah, medical reasons, personal reasons, mental or emotional reasons. These are all valid things. What is key is that you keep me informed. Now, I don't need to know every little, personal detail of your life. I just kind of need to know that something is going on, and that, could we talk about an extension so I don't fall behind in my work? Just kind of let me know. Now, listen, the sooner you kind of key me into what's going on, the more I am able to help you. If something happens in September and you're telling me about it in at Thanksgiving time, there might not be a lot that we can do about that. But if you kind of keep me informed in a timely manner, I'm more than willing to help students out when they're going through it, and we'll work it out. And that's true, by the way, for all your professors. Just kind of keep us in the loop. Again, we don't have to know every detail of your personal life. We certainly respect your boundaries. But, it helps us kind of understand that, maybe if you didn't turn something in or you turned it in late, it's not because you're being lazy or weren't taking the class seriously, that maybe there was something going on. And, I think more often than not, I can't speak for them, but more often than not, we're willing to kind of work with the student. All right. So how do you actually access the material in this course? Now, this is going to look a little bit different because I'm in like professor view or professor mode, and you'll be in student mode. But what you will see on the course page is on the left side here, there is a tab that says Assignments, Course Content, right here. And that takes you to everything you need. Now, not the whole class isn't up yet, but like basically the first half of it is up. All the notes are up, and I might change the notes a little bit from week to week, but nothing drastic is going to be changed with those. And the first 2 assignments are posted, and the first 2 quizzes will be posted, pretty soon as well. And so let's look at an example for what you'll be doing for the first week. The topic for the first week is the transatlantic slave trade. And I give you a very quick breakdown of what this is all about. And then for each week, there will be a file, not a link, I guess. But anyway, the link or whatever that allows you to open the file for that week. And what you'll see when you do is this. Just a simple Google Doc or Word document. Fancy? Nope. Cutting edge? Nope. Sexy? Maybe not. But reliable. It always works. Sometimes old school is the way to go. This is straightforward and old school, but it's effective. And for each week, you see that there are some, typical notes, but these documents are short. The longest ones are shorter than 10 pages. These are not lengthy readings here. And interspersed with the text and the pictures, I just want to show you, are a lot of links. This is whenever I want to share something with you or show you something that I have encountered online. It also kind of breaks up the monotony of these kind of reading documents here. So these are mostly videos or other multimedia things that I have found. Oops. Okay. And these are the notes that all the quizzes are based on. Now, the assignments, the written assignments are going to be based on additional readings that are linked in the actual assignments. And if you want, you can go and kind of take a look at those. But I'll kind of, get to them in time. Now, how I will be contacting you? That I probably should have specified this earlier. Each week you will get one email from me. I typically send them out on Sunday. Now, if it's Friday and I just want to get my work done so that I can relax that weekend and not have to think about anything while I'm watching football or whatever, I might send the message out on Friday or Saturday. But by Sunday night for sure, you'll get the little update from me. And the updates basically just say, hey, this is what we're covering this week. And don't forget, hey, we got something coming up that's due pretty soon. Again, the first paper, the first assignment, I think I noted this, is due, what was it? Let's go back. I don't want to make an error now. September 1st. By midnight on Sunday, September 1st. I'm going to send you a video about that assignment, and I'll also note it in the email that obviously you must have received to be watching this video. All right, 22 minutes. I'm going to get you out of here. Everyone, welcome to the course. With online, it's hard to tell sometimes, but again, from the results, I'm really encouraged. Students, whether they love it or hate it, the results show that they really get a lot out of this class and that they're learning a lot of stuff. So, hopefully you guys will, students will be no different. And again, welcome back. And that's it.